Okay, welcome back. We have identified the problem of putting together our co-located networking kind of office space, kind of a temporary office space idea. And we want to look at, okay, what customer segments would potentially be the ones that we want to target for this solution. So our early adopter and general customers, let's fill some of these pieces in. Who might be early adopters? Well, given that the internet now, this is 2017 at the time of this recording, with the advent of the internet, it's easy for entrepreneurs to get together and do a lot of their stuff, perhaps at home or in their own studio rooms. But when it comes to meeting and getting together and talking with clients or talking with like-minded people, it's nice to have a space to do that. So I'll say my first customer segment could be the starting entrepreneur. I'll call it basically a business startup. Think about possible solutions. We could have a subscription solution to that. The other one might be traveling business people. Or what we'll call these are, say, traveling professionals. Another potential customer segment. So we got our business startups, we got our traveling professionals. There might be special interest meetups. So developers or the entrepreneurial club or your maybe a hobbyist group wants to get together and they just want a facility where they can meet. And it's very easy for them to sign up to this particular, or to subscribe to this particular service. So let's look at that as a problem that I also want to add here is easy access. So the booking cycle for these is quite easy. We're looking at commoditizing this, so I did do a jump back to the problem. That's one of the things I like about the canvas is as you talk out the canvas, new things might come to mind, and it's easy just to pop them in to the specific areas of the canvas and then keep moving on with the conversation. So the customer segments, let's cap it there for now. There's no use to go, you can go deeper if you want, if there's a lot of ideas and opinions and things coming up in the conversation, and then we can trim it down. I know I'm going a little longer on some of these, but we can always trim it back and refine it. So this is a living type document up until the point where we debate it, but even after that, things can change and we can work with some of these parameters here and always refine and revise until we get to the solution that everybody is happy with, given that your stakeholders that are discussing this are in agreement. So next up, let's look at our channels. How are we going to deliver this particular service to our customers? Now, within our problem, we are looking at a physical space. So with our channels, now, could have this been online? And there is a way of doing this online. We can have a particular create like a chat room or a hangout or some sort of online meetup space for these people to get together. But a lot of those already exist already. And we're looking at catering to that face-to-face interaction where, if we envision this more, we have basically collaboration spaces. You got all your equipment, you got the ability to have large whiteboards to get together and do a lot of that interaction. That's a little more difficult to do through online methods. So we'll make an agreement here that we're going to not look at the online channels, but we're going to focus more on how are we going to deliver this more of a physical experience. Now that we've tightened the scope up on this, where are we going to put this physical location? So one example is we create our own space. I'm going to call that build new. So we'll build a net new space for this idea that we have. Other options could be maybe we can put a kiosk into an existing space, for example. Now, airport kiosk, and what I mean by a kiosk is you think of a kiosk as like an island thing floating out in the middle of the mall, but it also could be that we have a special room, maybe within an airport lounge, that the people can go maybe behind a glass enclosure or something, and there's blinds that they can put down, and it acts like a transient space, so they can come together, they can quickly have the meeting, and then leave. The other one could be, if we think about a mall, it could be a mall shop. So different than the building new, these could be a bit related to building new. Perhaps I'm not connected to a mall. I can have my own hours of operation. I'm not linked into a lot of the terms and services and legal aspects of operating within the mall. But that there's a difference possibly between the cost here on these. So let's keep those channels the way they are here. Again, with these conversations, new ideas as you talk about it could percolate up. Recommendation here for this particular piece is when you do have these conversations, don't move to a decision right away. These canvases are really nice for you to take a day or two to think about it, take the canvases back, maybe revise, and just let the ideas think in, give it a sober second look, and then bring it back for an updated debate and see if anybody has added value to put into the canvas.